I'm going to tell you a story about how to make leather. And this isn't instructional, I want to inspire you. Because what we're doing here in the northwest of BC and Skeena and Nass watersheds is we're looking to expand and help people participate in a really amazing industry called tanning. And maybe we'll get some tourists out of it too, right? Because they'll come up to do some tanning. They'll be a little surprised. But before I tell you about hides, I have to tell you about the forest, I guess, because that's where the animals come from. And that's also where we harvest other things like wood, right? We heat with wood, and that's what we're marrying the trees with the animals. Because when we take those hides off, and when we burn our wood, we have everything we need. We have the ashes that help loosen the hair. Then what we use is I use oil and soap. You can also use the animal's brain. And then we use that wood that is punky, that just breaks apart. Because what this does is it creates the smoke that we use to color and then also to make the fabric that's machine washable. So for our clothing and the other goods that we're making. So there's a spaciousness, right? When we take a tree out of the forest, we create room in the canopy. When we take an animal out of a family, we create room for the animals that we leave to have more territory. And so just like that, when we're making rawhide, it's really dense, right? It's thick. We wouldn't want to put it on our bodies. It's good for things like rattles and drums and boxes. But to create the soft leather, we need spaciousness in it, right? Just as we're leaving spaciousness in the animal families and in the tree families, we can do it in a good way where more life happens. So I'm going to walk you through the process while I kind of try to get you excited, because what we're doing is we're using the trees, we're using the hide. This is a moose hide that was given to me. And a lot of people think that it's kind of gross and nasty, right? And this has been outside salted for 5 or 6 months. And it just smells like an animal. It's not rotting. I often kid that the worst part of hide tanning is when you have to soak it in your own urine and then chew it. Because of course you don't have to do that. From there, what I do is I put the fresh hide into the wood ash. Which helps my work become easier. And then I'll use this beam and just a really simple tool like this. This is steel. You can also use bone, and I'm pushing off that hair. Other people will use a frame, and they'll use a kind of a sharp adze-like tool like that to take it off. And that's especially good for heavier animals like moose. So from there, you rinse out that wood ash. And then you literally have that transformed hide. And what it's gonna do, and what we know, and what the hide tells us, is that all those fibers are gonna pull themselves together, and then you have your rawhide, right? And then this is what I love, and it totally inspires me, is that from this stage, right? So we have a rawhide. If we take the animal's brain, that organ that's helped it survive and thrive its whole life, and we put that into the fabric, it does what we need it to do with a little bit of our own work, our own kind of expression of our life, to create that softness that we want. And so with our own effort, we're moving these fibers, right? So we're using that animal, that process of the wood ash and engaging the forest literally into the hide, and then the brain, and then we're putting our own movement and energy into here, either on a stake like this or in a big frame, using a tool, again, as simple as something from the forest or from the animal itself. So we have scapula, we have antlers, you can use bones, also use lava rocks because it gives a nice action on it. And then when that's dry, when we've become part of that hide and that relationship, we do that final smoke with the punky wood, and that's what gives the color. It also helps it be machine washable, so it doesn't stiffen up into rawhide after we wash it. So all of the clothes are soft when they come out of the washing machine. And when we look at the hide, and I love this, it has the story, right? It has all those scars, especially down the spine of the animal, that come out. And my hope is that you, as you're watching this, maybe this inspires you to jump into that big thing, right? That supports our life, because that's what it's about, and it's about participating in a way that creates more opportunity for life. Whether it's taking wood in a way that leaves a forest canopy with more space for regrowth, or an animal population with more territory and food for the animals to thrive. I talked about bark tan, and that's just this inside part of the birch especially. Hemlock is also good. You can use alder, and it's marrying the tannin. So again, bringing that tree back into the hide, and this is a way of making waterproof leather. So this is a Haida deer hide, and you can see that nice kind of boot finish or leather finish, like a belt leather there. I'm also really excited for this because it makes softening easier for the large hides. So this is half a bison hide, and I think that it's going to lead to really, really nice leather. So this is something that I'm working on. I didn't tell you how to do anything, and it's because I really want to introduce you to learning how to learn from the hide, learning how to learn from the forest, from all of these pieces. So I hope it's inspired. I hope you're curious, because that's going to serve you well. There's a link below for a survey. We're doing an inventory of who in the watershed and in the area is already doing this kind of work, who's interested in doing it, what you need to get tanning yourself, because we want more people participating and developing a hide tanning industry. So, thanks for watching.